What we are doing, this is what because we have highlighted this issue international. We have spoken. We have written a lot of letters. We've done everything that we need to stop this. If you remember, I think when we went to Glasgow, I don't think what but I went on the door and they say, "No, me here." I want you people to understand that you have powers. Don't be threatened by any xenophobic thing to say if we want to die, you have got power to arrest those killers. I went to Coventry when they wanted to celebrate independence. I was the only one there. Nobody came to help me, but they did not celebrate the independence. Even one, we are not independent. Not even one is welcome to stand and say I'm independent. Because you can't be independent in a country where if you want to talk, then they will lock you up. Yes. We have got victims here. People have been locked up for a long time without any crimes committed. So we are saying to Mnangagwa, today we are standing in front of Zimbabwe House. We are telling the whole world that you guys are rapists. I wonder why British government doesn't close these embassies. These embassies must be closed. Yes. But most of the people working in these embassies, most of them are rapists. Yes. Most of them are torturers. The people who used to take our teeth off without anesthesia. Our teeth were extracted with pliers being tortured. We had private parts being electrocuted. We had people who were slaughtered. A lot of people were slain. People were killed by people who are working in this house. So when we come here to protest, we are telling the British government that this Zimbabwe House must be closed. This Zimbabwe House must be closed because it houses murderers, rapists, and the people who committed all sorts of crimes who are walking free today on the streets. When I went to Glasgow to block Mnangagwa from drinking whiskey, they followed my car and smashed him. So who are the terrorists? ZANU-PF is keeping terrorists in this country. My car was smashed. All the tires were slashed. I had to buy 4 tires of that BMW X5 because of the people who came from this house. So we are saying to the Zimbabwe government, please, if you want to be civilized, or Zimbabwe or United Kingdom government, we are appealing to you to say, you are the government, you are the people with the power, you are the people who can close these embassies. We are protesting here because we've got a lot of killers. I think Zimbabweans are here. All of the Zimbabweans you see here, no one is smiling, no one is independent. We are all suffering. We are not suffering because we committed the crime. We just said to Mnangagwa, you must step down, Mugabe, you must step down, and we all suffered for that. Today, look, we've got British cars, British police lying there. Not even one of them has put a stick on the end of the protester. You can't be protesting in Zimbabwe. Yes. This is why they are trying to bastardize the constitution. So that if we gather like this, they just pick you up and lock you without any trial. You spend 2 years in prison for no crimes committed. Today we stand in solidarity with Honorable Jobster. Yes. We've been incarcerated for 2 years without trial. Yes. If you ask this fellow what crime did you commit, he's just standing or slaying a lawyer and solicitor for that matter. Yes. So what we are saying to the British government, we are saying this one is clear to you. That please, can you close this embassy? Yes. Because the people who went there are the murderers, are the rapists. Yes. These are the people who are destroying stuff. Yes. So when we come to protest, they threaten us that the British police to the British police, I say keep on your professionalism. Your professionalism is above everything else. So I say to you, keep that professionalism to the British police. Don't please abuse the police. In Zimbabwe, we can't spend here and say, Mnangagwa. Just say Mnangagwa was when you are locked up. We've got Matsabalishan who got Karembera, who has been in prison almost a year. If you ask them what crime did he commit, just to tell someone that hold this fire, Mnangagwa was is that a crime? So these are the things why we are protesting in the United Nations. We are raising this to the international community. The United Nations has to stand true to its objectives and aims. Please, can you address the issue of Zimbabwe? You cannot stand and look while the people of Zimbabwe are being lashed on like this. All these people you see here, they have a better life in Zimbabwe. Yeah. This country is very poor. It's very poor, this country. No one wants to visit. And we are here because we've got no power to fight a militant government, to fight people with the arms of war. When we talk, they call us terrorists. How can we be terrorists when we talk? Once they are terrorized, they are killing us. They have shot and killed the Messiahs, they have abducted them, they killed them. Up to now, you cannot say where other activists are. Then they have got guns to call it terrorists because we are saying this must shut down and saying Mnangagwa must finance our constitution. When he came to power after Mugabe, he said I'm a constitutionalist. He said he's a constitutionalist. I've never seen a man who lies like that. I see. I do what I tell everyone to do for night. As much as I want to as we speak right now, we are the only country in the world without currency. We are the only country in the world without currency. We used to read about inflation in Germany. We ended up in Zimbabwe pushing a wheelbarrow to go and buy a newspaper. A newspaper, we used to push wheelbarrow. So what I'm saying to the people of back home, we are 100% behind you guys. When I saw Honorable Tenai in the top, I cried. I went with that man. I really understand him. He's a fighter, a person who believes that his own blood can kill. I went with that gentleman. I really understand. When I saw my troops being wired like that, I cried. I started thinking about myself. As I speak, I'm not going to my hearing aids. I'm not going to see my smile. I'm not going to see my smile. Bro, you always say what I want to Mugabe cheaper. But you always say what I want to Mugabe bad. Shakudi. I didn't know. This Lema Panapa. Panapa Zara Lema. I'm on a second farmer. And at Salabani Secretary. Enough is what you need me. To the last drop of my blood, I'll fight something. Yes. To the last drop of your blood, you must fight something. Yes. Let's put our hands together. The teaching which in days. I think most of us were old enough during the armed struggle. We were old enough. We saw what happened. When I'm going to go during the war. We saw it. Afana mbofunga rondo chimurenga ngapera. Akuna. Asika zoshika with us say. Zapera. ZANU-PF looks invincible today. I am telling you. ZANU-PF is finished. ZANU-PF is finished. Yes. Because I was laughing, Stanford, when I look at Geza's revolution. I look at one of the people who was seated with the Geza. It's my former boss. It's my former boss. If you want to ask about Zimbabwe history, he will tell you. He has got Mnangagwa's history on fingertips. Ask him, he will tell you. That is how much knows now. I went with him. I didn't understand. Not I'm good and Mnangagwa. You don't have Zambia, Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa will always put troubles from Bara. Ukungu is going to come back. No, when the children have finished. Others will have only children and I can say, single, only have parents. They're not good now. Mnangagwa, Chimiswa. Constitution is the supreme law. There is no constitution that is going to be changed by members of parliament. Those are our people. We elected them. If I tell you the truth here, starting from Stanford, going all this way, apana asina kupinda, asina contribute mari, you kupinda. Up in the parliament. We all contributed loads and loads of money. So they are our employees. They cannot go behind us and rewrite the constitution and bastardize the constitution. So I am saying, let's be prepared to die for this constitution. Yes. Some people are in prison today. You will be in prison tomorrow. I will be in prison tomorrow. But the shepherd you can answer and ask Mr. Chema, then I found the freedom to Muringa. Brunzwa. Mr. Chema, I found the freedom to Muringa. Which never serves Zandeka, but Zimbabwe Chase Nungura. Sakata, the chief. For comrades, the veterans way to comrades, no one this is a night. Pagani, you are a chora, but this is our way. Not comrades. Nobody else somebody said it. That doesn't mean anything. But sort of government, but the people who are what's up there, no one around. Comrades is just a friend. So I'm going to put up someone. That is same story to my church. When I shoot her, she's only the visa, but you will go. Usam Terra, what you do. Terra is now what you do. The constitution is Zimbabwe. Besides the bastard guy. No more than that. You know, constitution. as lawyers, and a professor, they stood for us. Guys, we never paid those people. They fought and fought and they fought for us. So let's support them. Let's give them the support that they need at the moment. And we will search through. That's it.
Pane petition yedu takamirira vachasvika manje vapowedzera pati hatisati natsosvika pa1000. So zvakanaka ndezvo takasvika pa1000. We have our petition will be made in the House of Parliament. I'm sure I just kind of about this week. You would have heard I think it's the Minister of African Affairs corrected. But at the moment, we're at a point where they are waiting on us as citizens. The government, they have this excuse that we don't want to interfere in the sovereign affairs of another country. But if we, as Zimbabweans that are residing here in the UK, we give them that permission, you understand? You would have seen Blessed was in prison. I think was it over 3 months he was in prison. And on the day that Lord Oath talked about Auxilia wanting to come to the UK and read about the fact that Blessed was in prison, things started to change for Blessed. And this was done in the British Parliament. So musafurirwa nevanhu vezanu kana kuti vanhu vapi vanenge vachiudzai kuti hazvina basa zvine basa. And the worst thing that happens with an oppressor, he doesn't like to be embarrassed. That's why he rides on propaganda, lying to people who say everything is okay and Zimbabwe is open for business. That's why they invest a lot in propaganda. So that is what we counter propaganda with the truth. So I will post group. You can get hold of me or Titus or Chofamba, where there's people that are in the group. If you're not in the group, find yourself again the group. Okay, well, that's a good idea actually. If you don't mind, we can actually take your names and then add your names manually as well to the petition. But more than that, there are, I don't know how many, I think there are hundreds of thousands of Zimbabweans living in exile in the United Kingdom. And we've done really well. But can you imagine if we can get even half of those Zimbabweans to come and be here and speak with us and sign? If you sign the petition, if we get to 10,000, the United Nations Human Rights Committee will read our petition. Yeah. So there is strength in numbers. Very well done. But next time, let's each one bring 10. And it's guys, 10 of you, I want you here with me. Because we cannot sleep on this. We cannot afford to sleep on this. So my intention was, I know we have other Zimbabweans who are wanting to speak, other citizens who are here wanting to speak. I really wanted you to speak after Lord Oath is here, so that you can send him with a message from the people, the citizens, not the politicians. And it's let us speak in our own authentic voice as citizens. That should be here. Okay. So I don't know who. I know you are on my list. If you want to do that now, yeah. Okay. Can you join me in your song? Which have this song I'm going to do. Manzwa. Saka makati pa online but okay. Let's sing all together and let's have morale. The song is called Chimsoro by Oliver. Chimsoro, Wanyanya Chimsoro, Chimsoro, Wanyanya Chimsoro, Chimsoro, Kambira Wanyanya, Kambira Wanyanya, Ichonde Chako. Wakambira Wanyanya. Another one is in the Bele song. Okabanye Nwai, Okwako Finyo, Okabanye Nwai, Okwako Finyo, Okabanye Nwai, Okwako Finyo, Okabanye Nwai, Okwako Finyo, Okabanye Finyo, Yay! Wanyanya Chimsoro. Chimsoro.
Nene shaura zuari, Nichingo Buddha moyo Watsunga ira moyo chema Uzani chema ngandoka Opa ukama zuari Nichingo Buddha moyo Watsunga ira moyo chema Uzani chema ngandoka Opa ukama wakauraya Nini magaura Ajna bosa,
Thank you, Papa Beauty, for that beautiful tune. Today is Zimbabwe independence. Today we are celebrating that we are liberated. But this independence is nothing. People are crying out. There is nothing delivered after 46 years of independence. Munangagwa, I will sing this tune for you. We voted in 2023 for SCCC, and we voted for Chamisa to be our leader, and you rigged the election. Right now you are in that position as an illegitimate leader. So Mnangagwa, this is a special dedication to you. A song which says, Chisichako Masiba Mashoka. Then I'll say my speech later. Chisichako Masimba Mashoma iwe. Koi minaro makadzi one piko. Bongo para nezvisiri zvenyu. Imi maro makatione piko. Bongo para nezvisiri zvenyu. It's really sad that during the colonial period, some of us were youth, we were youth. I'm over 60, so I was in the youth wing of ZAPU. And we really celebrated that the boys are coming back to town. If you remember the song by it's a rock song, and we were singing, the boys are coming back to town, and we were welcoming all the boys and girls who fought for the liberation of Zimbabwe. And I was also there at the Zimbabwe grounds, celebrating the coming back of this comrade. Yes, we sang a lot of songs. We didn't like colonial era, but alas, the colonial era is very like it was saying. That is just the next thing which is colonized, which is so pathetic because we never thought that it black men would colonize. So to you, ZANU-PF, you are saying you are celebrating independence. This is a mockery. You are not celebrating independence. You are just celebrating to fill your pockets, to put ZANU-PF in position, to keep ZANU-PF in position, which is not fair for the masses of Zimbabwe. The masses of Zimbabwe are crying. They are crying for their wealth. We have got over 60 minerals, which we are supposed to enjoy in our country. But people are flocked in different countries. They are all over the world without anything, without getting anything. This is for just a little clique, which is just benefiting from the resources of our country. So one thing which is also painful to me is the distortion of our liberation struggle. You find that with this CAP 3, we're supposed to do the one man, one vote. They promised us a lot of things that, we are going to do this for you, and we thought we were going to live lavishly in Zimbabwe, but this is not happening. It's just like animal farm scenario, whereby only a few people are benefiting from this. So ZANU-PF, today I say to you boldly that you are hypocrites. You are hypocrites to our liberation struggle. You are hypocrites for our independence. You are not doing anything for the people. Why is it that you are not seeing the picture? Are you dumb? This is really painful for the people of Zimbabwe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Woo! Imagine the second Kimurenga. Someone who was standing on behalf of ZAPU. She was saying, and that's the point this piece which is very important. You find that when they are distorting the information about the struggle, if you fall out with them within their circles, like I mentioned, one time we were told that he brought down a plane, but all of a sudden, when they fell out, they said she didn't do it. So what history are you giving to the generation of Zimbabwe? Today, you say tomorrow you say that. And I was so touched when I was hearing the person who took this position. What's his name? Knox. Do you know that they are admitting now because they've fallen out within their system, they've fallen out with Chirengwa. Now I remember Joshua Nkomo was pleading with him. I didn't plant those arms that you are talking about. But today, Knox openly said that those arms were planted by ZANU. So what are you teaching the nation? You have become a lying nation, whereby falsehood is overcome the truth. So our history, our liberation history is so distorted that you can't believe in it. Thank you so much. Oh, hello. I'm going to put you on the spot, unfortunately, guys. How many people here know who this is? Lord Oath. Firstly, thank you so much for coming. I know you've had to change your schedule. If you're a Zimbabwean in the UK, let this be a challenge for you. And I'm going to call you Lord Oath, then I'll switch to Johnny, because I know that's your preference. He has taken time out of his schedule to come and stand with us.
Yes.
And he has done it time and time again. I was just talking about when Blessed was arrested and you read out in the parliament. And today I just invited him last minute to say that we are coming here because a grave and horrible thing is about to happen in our country. And he said, I don't have much time, but I will stop over. I will change my plans just to come and be here with you. And later we're going to share with you our petition, but it's going to be an electronic e-share. But I also wanted to just give, before you speak, Lord Oates, to just give some 3 citizens, just 2 minutes each. Because when we were in Parliament the other day, is it the House of Commons? They confused me, the House of, the one with Katie, when Baroness Howie was speaking. The House of Lords. And one of the things that the minister said was, they stand guided by us, the citizens of Zimbabwe, right? So here today, we want to give them that message. So I'm going to call upon 3 citizens who are going to come. Please keep it brief. Yes, keep it brief and to the point. And here you are. Yeah? Where you from us to the British Parliament.
Thank you so much. I want to speak as a Zimbabwean, as a mother, as a sister, as a grandmother, and as a bona fide citizen of Zimbabwe. We are now witnessing a moment of madness. I remember when Mugabe slaughtered people during Gukura Hundi in Matabeleland. He said it was a moment of madness. Now we are repeating the same moment of madness with Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa seeks to rule Zimbabwe forever. And how is he doing that? He's trying to trash the constitution. The war of liberation was fought for 1 man, 1 vote. The war of liberation was fought because people wanted to benefit from the soil of Zimbabwe. The farms were all in the white people's control, and black people did not have control. They were put in the reserves where they were communal lands. At independence, we were told that everyone is going to have a farm or is going to have enough land to plant and plow their crops. Unfortunately, that was a lie. We were sold a lie because Mugabe himself, by the time he died, he had more than 20 farms. And what is the difference with the Rhodesia commercial farmers? You ask that question, no one answers you. We are seeing the same pattern. All those people who are actually enjoying the Zimbabwean independence by a disguise of being war veterans, they have more farms than anyone. They're not thinking of any other people. The independence for Zimbabwe is not for ZANU-PF, it's for all Zimbabweans. And now ZANU-PF is taking everything to their advantage. Now they are talking of mutilating the constitution that we fought for, that we voted for, that we wrote as Zimbabweans. Now they are taking it upon themselves. Mnangagwa, because he knows he's not popular with the masses, he was refused in Kwekwe 3 times, he lost votes. And now Mnangagwa wants to avoid being voted. He wants the parliamentarians to vote for him. It doesn't happen. We fought for 1 man, 1 vote. And 1 man, 1 vote means we want to vote our leadership ourselves, not the parliamentarians. They can't go and represent us. He knows no one wants him, no one will vote for him. So we are saying no to the CAB 3. We are saying no to the 2030 nonsense. And to be honest, we are going to fight to the last drop of our blood. We are not interested. We are not going to accept that lying. We will fight. It's not going to happen. And that's why we are here today at the Zimbabwe House to tell them that it's a no. We want 1 man, 1 vote. And we want our constitution to be respected. It represents us. It doesn't represent the people that we put into power. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So right now, whilst we are here today, we know that there are at least 3 people that are prisoners of conscience, and as 2 of them are students. It is. Okay. No, because there's a car that must pass. There is Emmanuel Sima, and the other guy is Chakunda Muka. And our young people, they are being suppressed so much that they can't even speak. And so I have someone here who has just been speaking with the Zenaso guys, just to give us a 2-minute update from the Students' Union.
Hi, thank you so much. So, because of this constitutional amendment that they are trying to push, our young intellectuals in university have just read this and realized that this does not make sense. So, in their efforts to voice, they are being imprisoned, they are being discriminated, and some of them are being abducted and imprisoned. Yesterday, we had a space on X, and one of them shared something very profound. He said Zimbabwe's future is being put behind bars while its past is writing its way to totalitarianism. So if you can push and speak with whatever authorities that you can, please help us.
Thank you.
These young kids are suffering just because they are voicing their opinions. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, can I introduce you? So we have Obey, who is usually residing in Norway, and he has made the effort to come and stand in solidarity with us. So the mandate extends beyond the British Parliament to the European one as well. So here, you can come here so people can. You can just speak it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ahoy, Zimbabwe, ahoy! Ahoy, Zimbabwe, ahoy! Ahoy, Zimbabwe, ahoy! I'm very much worried with the energies here.
Okay.
We need more energy so that we ensure that our message is going out there strong.
Yeah.
So I'll do it again before I start to speak what I've been asked to say. Ahoy, Zimbabwe, ahoy! Ahoy, Zimbabwe, ahoy! Ahoy, Zimbabwe, ahoy! One man! Okay, I've been asked to give my back to the Zimbabwe House to ensure that the message goes far.
Yes.
So one man, one vote,
One man.
one man.
One vote.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will not waste a lot of time here because I understand that our program has to end at some point. My name is Tererai Obey Sitole. Some of you might know me. I guess almost everyone here knows me. I used to serve as a youth leader in the opposition movement. Now I'm living here in Europe, but in Norway. So when I heard that today we are going to have this gathering, I thought that it would be injustice to my own self not to join fellow Zimbabweans who are gathered for this important adventure, I would say. Because for some of you, you've come for several reasons. But ultimately, the message is to say we reject the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 in totality.
Yes.
They've brought together 21 amendments. Of course, because of time, I will not go through each and every one of those. But the summary of our message today, for anyone who cares to listen, is that we are against the Amendment Bill number 1. And why do I say we are against it? I want to give a little bit of history. The month was March. The year was 2013. Millions of Zimbabweans went out, voted for what we then called the new constitution, which we have today. Most of you here, I assume you were still there in Zimbabwe. You did not only vote, but you also mobilized the people of Zimbabwe to go out and vote for the new constitution. You had a conviction, because at that time, we had suffered a lot under one man who had overstayed his stay in power by the name Robert Mugabe.
the idea of having term limits in the constitution was to stop the repetition of one man called Robert Mugabe. But now, look, most of you were there in Zimbabwe, voted for the constitution. But today we are gathered in the city of London, the country called United Kingdom. Some as immigrant workers, some as refugees, some as asylum seekers. In short, we are all displaced. We've been displaced because of poor governance in the country called Zimbabwe. Now I ask a simple question. If the people of Zimbabwe have suffered as much as we have suffered today, why should one man think that it deserves an extension of another term? His failures have been sufficient already. So to talk about an extension of the term is actually an insult to you, the people of Zimbabwe, who voted for a new constitution that sets aside the term limit. Unfortunately, on this particular sentence, Lord John also, I'm going to say it in Shona, but there are some who will translate to it. So my question to Mnangagwa is, if you were there in power since 2017, when you took over from Mugabe, you then won an election as you claim, which you all know that was a rigged election. You then served for the first term, 2018 to 2023. Then you took yet another term that he rigged again from 2023, now which is supposed to end in 2028. Saka Mnangagwa, you have more than 7-8 years in power already. Saka kana wakataza kuguta mukukambura, ndikobozo kuta ere mukukokota. Why do you need 2 more years when you've yet more than enough already? That's a simple question which I know he cannot answer. Then the other thing that we want to talk about, I know I said there are 21 amendments, I cannot go through all of them. I want to also save my attention to the one of traditional leaders. Traditional leaders over the years have been non-partisan according to the constitution. But you all know that even in their practices, even when the constitution was barring them from participating in politics, they were acting as the political commissars of ZANU-PF. So now if they want to suggest that, and I need to clarify, not all of them, we have some very nice traditional leaders. But the idea fundamentally here is that they should remain non-partisan because they serve the interests of all Zimbabweans. Once they become partisan, we are simply saying they've now become an extension of ZANU-PF as a political party. And you know why ZANU-PF is suggesting that? They know that as a political party, they are weak. They want to have extra structures through the traditional leader. So we are also against that fundamental idea of having traditional leaders as a partisan. I also want to shift my focus to yet another important aspect, where there's a suggestion to take away the Gender Commission and put it to yet another commission. Now look, the history of Zimbabwe, as you might know, we are a patriarchal society where a lot of women have been victims of violence, abductions, be it in political spaces, even at home. So the Gender Commission is one fundamental commission that should be safeguarded to protect the interests of women in Zimbabwe, who happen to be the majority. So for me, I find it as a no-brainer that while you are trying to have the gains of protecting women against the violence, we have someone suggesting that we should disrespect the existence of that commission. Now the other thing which I see that people are looking at me, perhaps time is now racing against us. I would want to talk about the election of the president. We have known that when our forefathers fought for the liberation of Zimbabwe, they fought for one man, one vote. So the idea by Mnangagwa and his people that they do not want that to happen anymore is again a disrespect to the people who fought for the liberation struggle. Yes. Some of you have relatives whom you never saw. They perished during the liberation struggle. What should be said about those people? The little that you can do is to respect what they fought for. Now, this is in solidarity with all our relatives who perished fighting for the liberation. One man, one vote should be respected. We cannot allow the voting of a president in a parliament with corruptible people. Remember, some of our parliament is now they've been promised cars and money by 1 week Chivaro. Okay, not Chivaro. Because I know Farava. So you see that the struggles of Zimbabwe are plenty. But because of time, I'll end here by reminding you that while Zigananda Zirikufanaya, Iweneni Zirikukwangwaya. So if those slogans not that we should not allow ZANU-PF to do the mutilation of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. So as I conclude, thank you so much. Okay, of course, that you can. Definitely. I used to be a youth leader, so we understand this thing. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone. You have sent a clear message that even though you are no longer within the borders of Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe remains you, and you remain Zimbabwe. And location is not a limitation for you to raise your voices against injustice in our motherland.
Thank you.
So, as I end, I'm going to sing a simple song because our idea all agreed that this is now the time for Mnangagwa to serve his last term and he goes. So, what am I going to say in song? Garwe chipa atikendenge chero wakabata kuti chero wakabata kuti garwe chipa chero wakabata kuti garwe chipa chero wakabata kuti garwe chipa Yes, they can arrest people, they can abduct people, but let's not stop sending the message. We reject the view.
We reject the bill in total. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Barbara Tanyanywa. Yeah. Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. My name is Barbara Tanyanywa Angwara. I'm a politician. I'm a veteran trade unionist. You know what bothers me most is I am happy that Obey spoke about the constitution making process that was done in 2018, and I'm happy or sad to say I was part of the constitution making process in 2018. I was actually mobilizing people in Bulawayo. I was a member of COPA, and it saddens me so much because this gender commission
we were in the forefront of making sure that it's incorporated in the constitution, having led the women in the labor movement and also in the political opposition politics. We were worried, or we were not happy about how women in politics or in trade unions were being treated. They were being treated as subjects. They were not given the opportunity to lead because of the reasons that Obey has just said. Because Zimbabwe is a patriarchal society. It doesn't believe in women leading. So it saddens me for sure that this same constitution, we were happy to include the clause that gave the president of Zimbabwe 2-term limits. After Mugabe had enjoyed being the president of Zimbabwe since 1980, it was a win for us. Although it would not be applied in a retrospective, we wanted it to be, but then we couldn't because of law. So now we are now facing another problem where Mnangagwa, after his term is ending in 2028, Mnangagwa wants to bastardize the constitution, wants to change the constitution, and he doesn't even want to change it constitutionally. He wants to change it in parliament because he knows if we change it constitutionally, we are supposed to go for referendum. Constitutionally, people are supposed to have a say in the change of amendment of the constitution. I've participated in all the elections in Zimbabwe except the election for 2023. From the time I attained 18 years, I've been voting in Zimbabwe except for 2023 because I was here in the UK. So it's like we had moved some steps forward. Now we are being taken 1,000 steps backwards. And the one thing that is also a pain to me is the members of parliament who got into parliament because of the CCC opposition party. Now they are singing with the ZANU-PF because they want to fatten their pockets. It's so sad. They are not even going back to the people. They are making their own decisions without consulting the people. People are just in Zimbabwe. The people are like orphans. They can't speak. They can't say anything. They tried to participate in the constitution, in the amendment consultation. They could not participate. I can tell you, I have a friend who participated in Bulawayo. She was the only one who was in the hall. They were being screened. The ZANU-PF youth were refusing people to get into the halls so that they can get into the consultation meetings, so that they can air their view about the 2030 nonsense. So guys, let's refuse this 2030. Let's all say no to 2030. Let's say no to CAP 3. We don't want that nonsense. We are saying, Mnangagwa, your term ends in 2028. And we are here, comrades, speaking on behalf of our people in Zimbabwe who cannot speak. We are the voice of the voiceless. So my call to you, let's go out there and multiply. Let's use the social media, the power of the social media to mobilize and say no. We need a diaspora vote. We have never voted in diaspora. Yes. We've been asking for the diaspora for the vote. It's there in the constitution, but we have never voted. So we are saying, Lord, before you, we need that diaspora vote. Please speak for us. We are suffering in Zimbabwe, in the UK. We are suffering. We are being labeled. We are being seen as a problem. Migrant workers are being seen as a problem. We don't want to be a problem here in the UK, but we want to go back to Zimbabwe. But we can't go back when things are like this. So we say no to this constitution amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Chimba Mnangagwa, chimba. Chimba Mnangagwa, chimba. 2030. Usipo. 2030. 2030. Thank you. So I'm going to hand over to Lord Johnny Oates just to give us a few words of solidarity and encouragement.
Lord, before you speak, I see all Zimbabweans who are here. Don't just leave home home is like a barrel of time. All left home because home is like a barrel of time. We ran away for our life. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting me here. It's a huge honor to be speaking with you. Many of you may know that I was privileged to have the chance to teach nearly 40 years ago in a rural school in Manicaland.
Wow.
And I left part of my heart in Zimbabwe. Now, you may also see that on Twitter or X or whatever it's called, there'll be people who say, what is this British lord you think he's doing, saying who should run Zimbabwe? I don't say who should run Zimbabwe. The only people who should say who runs Zimbabwe are the Zimbabwean citizens.
Yes.
But it matters to the whole world, not who you vote for, who you support, but whether you are allowed to vote freely and fairly according to your constitution. And just as I stood outside South Africa House to protest against the racist regime in Pretoria back all those years ago, just as my older predecessors stood outside of Rhodesia House to campaign against the racist Ian Smith regime, I am honored to stand with you in solidarity and stand with you in your protest against oppression and on constitutionalism and against the defilement of the rule of law.
Yes.
I cannot speak, as the previous speaker asked, I cannot speak on behalf of Zimbabweans, but I can promise always to stand in solidarity with you and to amplify your voice wherever I can. So I end by saying I salute you all for your courage. I share your sadness of all you have lost by having to leave the beautiful country of Zimbabwe, and I will stand with you always as you seek peaceful transition of power in Zimbabwe according to the constitution. So I salute you, Salangatle, Sarajakanaka. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to say, everybody, can you come on this side so we can all get a photo?
Come on, guys, just go
And
there.
then for Utah, everybody,
Just there. Just go there.
Just go to that. Don't follow me. I'll come and slot in.
Just there.
Just here.
It's like a cave. Okay. Just spread out, spread.
Okay, guys,
The shorter ones in front.
Utah.
The taller ones at the back.
We have a photo shoot. I know you listen, you can stay. Everybody.
That's a cave. Like that. Right. Just separate.
To help us grow, please give us a big thumbs up, share this video with your network, and hit that subscribe button